am clarity, I am presence, I am love, I am abundance. What's up, fam? Another day. It's not raining today. It's nice and cool out this morning. But you know, we cooling out anyway. So what's the difference, right? Plus, I got this warm cup of French vanilla coffee with my life buff that I do every morning. Okay, so I've been thinking, you guys. I kind of understand. Nobody wants to hear me talk about, you can do better and all this other stuff and like consciousness and awareness and energy and all of these things, right? Because I get it. I understand. I'm not going to go into why people don't want to hear that. Not at this moment. I will, but look, right? So I was looking at my YouTube page, and what had happened was for a while there, I was telling stories of prison. That was just when I first started. I'm just starting, you guys, so I'm figuring this out all on camera. You can basically just go back through my videos and pretty much see what, how things are going. So I'm figuring this out as I go, you know what I mean? And this is what I do. I just try to be like water, and you pour me into the bottle and then I just take form. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get in where I gotta fit in and take whatever shape I gotta take to make whatever I gotta make happen. Does that, can you get what I'm saying there? If you put me in a bowl, then I take a shape of a bowl. If you try to pour me on a crack, I'm gonna get in that crack somewhere, okay, and start expanding, okay? So what I'm doing right now is I'm really trying to kind of, get the flow of what's working, what's not, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be posting, so that part I think I can handle just out of sheer grit that I have, okay? I can go and keep going, and even though I'm not really seeing why I'm doing it, you know what I mean? I think I can handle that part, okay? But I said all that to say that what I did notice was I had a video back about 3 months ago that had like 300 and something views. This is nothing, but for me right now, 300 and something views is a lot, okay? So I said, well, I wonder why, that one worked, okay? So I went back to it and I saw the title. I was like, okay, I might have got down with that, 20 years in prison, served 10. Okay. Like, I could see somebody being interested in that. Plus, I also think I might have got a message from Spirit saying to stop wasting my words on people that don't want to hear them. Okay? So I said, well, I'm just trying to assist people and say don't give up, that you can do it. Like, that's all I'm really trying to do. All I really want to do is just assist people in any way that I can. And I'm believing that the money will come from this, okay? But money's second, though. Honestly, I really would rather help people, okay? Help people that are struggling with trauma, basically, because you can't tell me. I know there has to be correlation between mental health, prison, addiction, and homelessness. Like, they're linked up, and that's where the problem is. That's what I want to be doing, is getting to the bottom of the problem for all of these people, because they're hurting in different ways. They're hurting, though, and I know that they are, and I don't feel like that's fair. That's all. That's really my whole thing. So anyway, these videos that I have from prison, okay, are doing decent. So I'm like, I will help whoever wants my help. You know what I mean, or assistance. I don't really like saying help for some reason. It just makes me feel like I'm saying I'm the person to help you. You know what I mean? No, I'm assisting you. You know what I mean? You're helping yourself. I'm assisting you. Is all I want to try to do is assist you. Okay. But if the little youngins need me too, I'm here, dog. I got you, bruh. Like, what you need to know. Like, the only reason I don't speak about prison is because all it mainly was for me was violence and people hiding behind masks and acting like they were something that they weren't, and trying to be tough and trying to push people over and be bullies and just do the most. Like, that's why I mean, but looking back, I did learn a lot of things. Okay, I'm gonna give you one example. All right, when I first got in there, I was depressed, of course, and I had those 7 year sentence that I had to go do. Those of you, this your first time coming, thank you for coming. Those of you that know me, you might even already know this. Okay, so I'm in there and I'm just doing my time. I'm not really, what would you say, doing my time. My time is doing me at this time, actually. I'm not combing my hair. Like, my mustache is all big and, like, doing all kinds of stuff, like going in my mouth, and I can't stand that. I can't stand that. Right here in the corner. Right? So, I'm not looking too well, alright? But one thing about me is if I say I'm gonna do something, especially in a situation like that where it could get me hurt, possibly, and I know this, I do it. But the thing was, I didn't have any money on my books. So, those of you who've been to prison or jail and ain't had money on your books, use a writer, dog. You know how to make it do what it do. Okay, so when you're writing for 7 years and you ain't got that much money on your books, then you're gonna make it do what it do. Okay, so I'm trying to borrow a soup from this guy, right? And the guy's like, "Do you go to the store?" And I'm like, "No, but I hustle, I do my thing. You know what I mean? I make soups. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll make it happen. I'm hungry right now." And he's like, "Hold on, man. Let me see what this guy's doing. Hold on." Then this freaking loser. Okay, I've been watching this guy, and he doesn't pay anybody anything back ever. All right, and he's real weaselly about it. Okay, he's not really just like telling you that he's doing it. He's just like finessing roundabout way doing it. You know what I mean? And that's like, I can't stand that. You know what I mean? So I see he comes up to this same guy and asks him for a soup. The guy's like, "Oh yeah, man, I'll give you 2 for 3. Just give me back." And after I see this transaction, I'm like, why would he give him that soup and not me, right? When this guy is a piece of shit and doesn't pay anybody back and is well known, and this guy and me, he doesn't give me one, right? Who pays people back? If he says he's gonna pay you back, he pays you back. So I asked somebody, and they said, "You know what it is, Cardell? It's how you look, dog. You're not taking care of yourself. Like, even though you might have all the money in the world, you sure don't look like it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not taking care of your hair and all this and that. Look at him. He was like all cleaned up, like trying to prison swag it out, you know what I'm saying? Like shiny boots, and like, he's got like a chain and everything on, and I'm just like, yeah, but he's a piece of shit though. Yeah, but he doesn't look like it. So I'm like, okay. So right then I realized that 90% of everything is what it looks like. I learned right then that if I just look like I'm a drug dealer and I tell you that I'm a drug dealer, you're gonna think I'm a freaking drug dealer. Right? And I'm faker than fuck. So y'all tell me how this how this could be going on in other ways in your life, okay? It looks like something and it ain't shit. But then there are things that are shit that don't look like nothing. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you another situation where things like this happen, okay? Where it might look good, but it ain't, alright? So, like I said, I'm not in the store scene that much. All my store foods, my Zuzus and Wham Whams gotta come from the mud, alright? From the freaking mud. I gotta just like, oh, here, you know what I mean? Just bring that soup into fucking fruition, you know what I mean? Like, out of plain air, alright? Out the mud, literally, like, well, not literally, but you get what I'm saying. Alright, I'm not going into that. Alright, so I need money, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't always just hustle for everything. I can, but like, who wants to do that, right? So I'm like, alright, I'm always looking for a different hustle, though. And I had a friend, he had been in there, he had a life sentence, and he's already done like 15 or 16 years. Been in like several prisons, and he's well seasoned in the chain gang, put it that way, alright? So he always would come and I would buy a cigarette and he would buy a little joint and we would smoke the joint and then I'd smoke the cigarette, and you know what I mean? We would take care of each other, you know? So and that way we always made sure that the other person's like, right. So boom. I'm gonna adapt that up 50-50 all day long with me. So he comes up to me and he's like, yo, Cardell, I got some homeboys that'll pay you $50 for the inside of your locker door. And I'm like, what? The inside of my locker door? So I go around, I start inspecting locker doors, and I see some of them are like together, and you can bust this piece off, and you still have the door. Okay? On the inside, it's different, but the door is still there. But you can bring this whole piece off of it, break it all the way off, right? And that's the piece he wants. Me being me, I go and I look around at everybody's doors. I see, oh, okay, the ones that recently broke are pretty shiny, and the ones that have been broke for a while have rust on them. So me being me, I'm like, oh, okay, let me see, alright, I got some salt packets. I'll take some water, put some water in there, take that water, put it on a rag or something, wipe that on the inside of my door, make it rusty looking. Oh, boy, don't play with me. Okay, bam, break that off, right? I need that 50. Give it to him, alright? So he's like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and, get to work on this, blah, 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 trying to get it over there. I'm like, well, what are you doing? He's like, I gotta make shanks out of it. And I'm like, whoa. Shanks, dog. Yeah, they going to another dorm, though. So I'm like, all right, cool. So he goes to his bunk and gets to breaking up this piece of metal, right? It's really loud in the place, and everybody knows what's going on because this is the noise that people start making when they're making shanks, right? So I'm like, all right, not really comfortable with this. Like, for some reason, I'm sensing something here, right? Everybody's like, man, what the fuck is that noise? What the fuck is that noise? And everybody's just like really on edge about it. And I'm like, why is everybody super on edge about this? And then the people that it was that were really on edge about it were the head of the Bloods, the head of Sir 13, the head of the Crips, the GDs. And I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? I have a homeboy that's a Sir 13, but he's like my homeboy, and he's like, Cardell, what's going on, man? What's going on? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, man, what the hell? And he's like, somebody in here is making shanks. all of us gang members, we've done all got together and have a no shank policy in this dorm because we all just want to do our thing together with no problem. So everybody got rid of all their shanks, but now somebody's making shanks. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. You know what I mean? All the gang members, y'all. I can't beat everybody now. I'm not stupid. So my friend that's been doing it, he's got a life sentence. What? All y'all gang members, what? Y'all gonna have to get over that shit, dog. Just Shank, I mean, he's been in there. Like, he's just don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? He really don't. So they're still trying to figure out who the shanks are for and whose door it is. Because they're upset, right? So I'm sweating balls, right? Alright, so one of the head bloods ends up pulling up on me. We call him Tree because he's like 7'1". Alright. And he's like a shack, basically, and weighs about the same. Won't even play basketball because he's like, why? There's no comp. You know what I mean? Like, I just turn around and just dunk. Like, boo. So I'm like, okay. But he comes up, this monster, and he's like, yo, Cardell, what's going on? They called me Nebraska, actually, in there. Yo, Nebraska, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. Like, you got the door broke off and this and that, and people, we got this no shank policy and everybody up in arms. Like, why would you do that? And I said, man, because, Tree, I need money, dog. You know what he tells me? Nebraska, if you ever need anything, dog, you could come to me. I'm in here, dog. I'm doing. I'm not gonna go to another grown man and be like, feed me. You know what I mean? I guess I would if I was hungry, but like, I'm gonna try to get it out the mud first. That's all. I didn't know. You know what I mean? And he's like, man, come on, Cardell, you better. You smarter than that, dog. I know you smarter than that, bro. You can just pull up on anybody in here. Anybody will fuck with you. You know that, Cardell. Like, everybody fucks with you. I'm like, well, shit, I couldn't even get a soup from fucking, what's the name the other day? Like, you know? I'm just trying to get it however I can. So he breaks up all of the pieces, and there's like a really big piece of it still. And he's like, oh, can you hold on to it, man, until I don't have no room anywhere. And so I go to his bunk and I look, and he is actually like completely packed out. He doesn't have nowhere to put this, and he's not gonna put it on top of his bunk. So I'm like, man, it's my door anyway. Give it to me, bro. I throw it up underneath my mattress at the head, and I'm afraid. Okay, I pull a curtain on my bunk. I'm afraid. I'm literally on pins and needles thinking that the police are going to come in here and raid at any second just because I have this under my bed. You know what I mean? Am I going to not do it? No, because I don't know. I guess I get nervous or scared when it's too late already. You know what I mean? So it's already too late. So ain't no reason to be scared now. It's already over with. Door off and broken. So we got to handle this. So I'm like, all right, steal yourself, Cardell. Boom, put it up underneath my bed. All right, go about my day. Everybody's on edge trying to find out who's making the shanks, right? So I go to sleep. Can't barely sleep all night, but I do get some Z's. I tell dude where it's at. You know what I mean? Where the metal pieces are. I go to the chow hall and I work in the cafeteria. Okay, I was a diet cook. I had to cook for all 2,500 inmates that were on a diet. No salt, all that kind of stuff. So he asked me where it was, and I told him, and he went and he got it. I get back to the dorm, and everything's good. The thing is gone, and he's like, hey, man, in about 1 hour, we're going to go out to the yard when they call yard, and we're going to get that sack, right? And I'm like, what? Word? So we go out to the yard, and on the yard, we had a mini yard, and then we had the big yard. Like, you could go outside of the building, or you could go in the back of your building, and you had like a pull-up bars and a basketball court and all that stuff right there, like connected to the dorm. If we were locked down, we could still go hoop and all that good stuff. So the dorm next door just has a fence between theirs and ours, though. Their playground and our playground. It's just a fence. You could throw stuff over the top, put stuff through the fence, under the fence, whatever, right? So this dude comes out with a big net bag. And he's like, hold on. Wow. Throws his gigantic net bag over the top. Boom, we catch it. A bunch of suits fall out and stuff. We're like, yeah. We go inside. He breaks me off the $50. Come to find out, he made like $75 off of it. I ain't mad at you, bruh. I ain't mad at you, dog. You know what I mean? You made more than me off of that deal, and it was my door, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got paid, dog. I'm not like that. I want everybody to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want everybody to eat. I got something out of it. It wasn't even my deal, so I'm good. That's just how I am. You take that how you want. Anyway, so I'm good, right? But the moral of that story is, yeah, that money looked good, but it damn sure could have got my ass hurt, right? Damn sure it could have got me hurt. Had it been any other people, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think any other people might not have been able to pull that one off besides me and that guy. Man, well, all money ain't good money. That's all I want to tell you guys, and I love you guys. Money is the root of all evil, they say, though, right? I love you guys, man. Y'all be easy till next time.